So today we have a slightly old story, but a running story that I wanted to cover a while ago, but I didn't. But I'm covering it now, so it's cool. It's about senators accused of insider trading, dumping stocks after Corona briefing. So what's alleged to have happened here is that some of these senators involved went to a closed door meeting. So a closed door meeting is closed to the public, and so these people would have exclusive knowledge given to them by intelligence committees and other such agencies. And so what's being alleged is that these people they were given knowledge that the public did not know about, and they used this knowledge to sell stocks and buy stocks. Some of them to buy stocks, mainly to sell. So what they did is, in the industries that wouldn't be doing too well, like the hotels and like holidays and stuff like that, they sold these stocks, and one of them bought stocks in another company which would benefit from this. So we'll break that down in a minute. So look, we got Richard Burr, North Carolina, was a fierce opponent of a bill that stopped insider trading. He was mad about it. The Stock Act passed in 2012. I mean, anyone who's against this bill really looks silly. And it's like, why are you against a bill that would stop insider trading? It's like, you know. It says that a member of Congress or other government employees, congressional staffers, members of the executive branch and judiciary are not permitted to engage in insider trading gleaned from information ascertained through their job. So if they find out any information because they're part of a certain committee, they can't use that knowledge to trade. How you prove that is fairly difficult, which is probably done on purpose. Realistically, no one that works in the Senate, the House, even the President, should be able to own stocks, because even then it's still a conflict of interest. And you make a lot of money through being a senator anyways. Or being a member of the House? Why do you need side businesses? Essentially, it's immoral and unethical, because human beings are built greedy. So some of these people are always going to try and get ahead, regardless of how much money they're worth. Some of these people are multi-millionaires as well. So Burr's vehement opposition to the Stock Act is now coming back to haunt him. Burr, the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, sold 33 stocks held by him and his spouse. The value of the sale estimated to be about over 600,000 and 1.72 million. Some of the stocks were in the sectors hit hard by the outbreak. So this is a statement from Richard Burr. I relied solely on public news reporters to guide my decision regarding the stocks. It's a bunch of lies. It's a bunch of lies, because the information wasn't made public, because Trump was saying that this thing's a joke. Trump and a lot of news outlets were saying this thing is not serious. So he's lying. He's lying. She's probably the worst one of the lot of them in this story. So Georgia Senator Kelly, I think her name is pronounced Loeffler, was also at the meeting with Burr. Loeffler sold her stocks valued at 1.275 million and 3.1 million in an apparent effort to avoid potential losses. So if you have stocks and they lose massive amounts of value, your money's wiped out. And so she sold her stocks off early to avoid this. Stock trading is weird, and that's not something I know a lot about, and that's something I really don't want to get into in this video. So shockingly, Loeffler, a former executive at an intercontinental exchange and married to Jeffrey Sprecher, the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange, so clearly her and her husband are extremely powerful. Clearly, they should have been aware of how inappropriate it looks, so they sold off their shares. And then on top of that, they let's see if it says here. There's a bit where it says something about telecoms, I think. So I can find it. Telecoms. There it is. So, no, it was there. I just couldn't see it. So she not only sold these stocks, she also purchased stocks from two companies deemed to benefit from the coronavirus, including one company that deals in teleconferencing. So why is it when they sold these stocks around February, why would you know that teleconferencing would be such a big deal, considering that Trump said this thing was a hoax? So not only did you sell stocks in the areas which were going to get hit, you also bought stocks in the areas you thought would benefit from COVID-19. Very suspicious, in all honesty. So there's the Loeffler bit. Loeffler's issue, she issued a statement saying that, she doesn't make the investment she has like other people do it, a third party. That's what a lot of these people claim. I think Richard Burr was the only one who didn't claim that. Feinstein also claimed the same thing. So she's a Democrat, so I had to look for an article that referenced both of these, both Democrats and both a Democrat and a Republican, because a lot of the articles were just silly because they were just talking about Burr and Loeffler. When I was like, but Feinstein was involved as well, and I was like, be reasonable. So at least Forbes are covering both sides. in this one. So Democratic Senator from California, Dianne Feinstein, who's a ranking member of the Judiciary Committee, sold stock owned by herself and her husband, valued at 1.5 million and 6 million. So I think she sold off the most. Tom Metzer, a spokesperson for Feinstein, said all of Senator Feinstein's are in a blind trust. Well, I hope you pay these people in your blind trust really well, because clearly they made the right decision here. They saved you a lot of money, pal. Which I claim lies on anyways. You know, like there's no way she wouldn't have used her knowledge in the Judiciary Committee, you know, to avoid allow these losses to happen. She would have told, if she didn't make the decision, she told someone to make the decision. That's pretty obvious. You know, she could have easily said to her husband, "Oh, you know, looks like the hotel sector is going to be hard." He makes the phone call, boom. That's how it could have happened. I doubt there's that many layers. I reckon she called whoever her stockbroker is, like, sell these things for him. Oklahoma Republican Senator Jim Inhofe sold stocks January the 27th. That amount to 400,000, so he's got the lowest amount according to his disclosure report. Inhofe said in response to the accusation that he didn't attend the briefing and doesn't have any involvement. I mean, one of his buddies could have told him, like Loeffler or Burr. It's possible that senators have their money in blind trusts and give full trading discretion to their advisors. Many wealthy people hire other wealthy people to buy and sell for them. Even if this was the case, how can such high-profile elected officials allow their wealth managers to make these type of investment decisions? At face value, they all look like they're flouting the law and taking advantage of private information only available to them. So basically, it looks like this article is alleging that they must have said something about, you know, the upcoming storm, COVID. At a time when we're depending on leaders in Congress, the appearance is that they are looking out for themselves. Yeah, 100% I agree with that. Insider trading is a serious matter, can lead to investigations and result in civil and criminal indictments. You can get some real mad jail sentences for insider trading. People are not calling for probes, and so, yeah, there's nothing too much more important in this article. If this administration or whichever one comes into power after the presidential election, well, if you had Bernie, something would have been done, but, you know, recognise they need to stop the deregulatory environment and ramp up investigations and stuff. There'll be a huge need for compliance audits. I don't think any of that will happen under any presidency, but if we look here at this video here, this is Loeffler, and this is hilarious, trust me.
We have addressed this and taken extraordinary measures to make sure that we can't be attacked for our success.
You know, she's claiming that, you know, it's a socialist attack, that the people who are saying that what you've done is extremely unethical and possibly illegal. She's like, oh no, you're just hating on my success, bro.
This gets at the very heart of why I came to Washington,
to make a fat load of money.
Defend free enterprise, to defend capitalism, and this is a...
You're defending crony capitalism, really?
Socialist attack. We have taken...
Oh, she said it there. Let's go back a bit.
To defend capitalism, and this is a socialist attack.
Oh, socialism, Venezuela. Let's see if there's anything. I don't think it's much more important.
We have taken extraordinary measures, and I am focused solely on working for Georgians. I've been doing that 7 days a week, around the clock.
You've been busy calling your stockbroker selling shares, fam. Get out of here. So you called your husband, made the call. He stole the shares. Come on, man. Be real here. These guys, like, how she can say this with a straight face, man. Unreal. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. I'm calling lies. I'm saying that inside trading most likely happened, allegedly. I can't say that for definite because I don't get libeled, but I live in the UK and that'd be an interesting one to see if I could actually get libeled from the US. But I don't want to be the person that does get libeled. So actually, this would be slander because it's spoken libel. Wait. Damn it, I need to watch Spider-Man again to find out which one's which. Anyways, I'll leave it there. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think it's insider trading, or do you think that these mutual blind trusts are just really OP and that they're the greatest thing ever, and that they somehow they should be called Mystic Mac because they predict these things, as Conor McGregor would say. So yeah, I'll leave it there and I'll see you in the next one.